What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the 6th album by rapper Lil Wyte based this product. It's called No Sick Days and it came out in the spring of 2014. So within the fair about here, this is another hit album for Lil Wyte as far as these pitches having some banging type appeal definitely within these pitches. Now I've reviewed a good series of these within these products. Now I've reviewed a real excellent series of these within these products, starting to catch up with like the fairs of what I'm familiar with Lil Wyte as far as these physically have been going as far back to his 2003 album Doubt Me. Going as far back to like his hit 2003 album Doubt Me Now, with particularly Oxycontin on there and some of those type hits, and like my Smoking song, some of those type hits like that within those pitches, to particular later fairs, getting as far out as like Still Doubted from 2012. Now within these pitches down the road, I'm going to start hitting up like some Lil Wyte mixtapes, because he does have a series of those within these impacts, but this is a banging type one within these aspects. Further type flavor, Lil Wyte actually dropped 2 albums in 2014, some pitches like that, so excellent type products getting towards it here. Just being able to say this within these fairs, that these were pretty trap centric within the aspect. Excellent type fair, Doubt Me Now. Still Doubted from 2012 was a definite vicious classic as far as those ordeals can happen just within the aspect. That was a real sparky type one when I reviewed that back in the fall of 2024. Pitch like that was the fair as far as saying that was a pretty, especially for like the fair, like the times with it, that particular product was just consistent kind of Datpiff living with like the pitch, like the ferocity of just like standard kind of blitzkrieg type nights pitch like that. A lot of those probably felt like they should have been mixtape songs, and not in terms of that, like saying that about quality, but just the pitch as far as saying they felt like just free downloads within those pitch that you could have had within the tear up, but just consistent kind of house party bangers. There were some folks, I want to say Young Buck was on there, I think like there were minor traces of 3 6 Mafia. That by that particular stage he was starting to separate a little bit. I want to say at least Still Doubted from 2012 possibly wasn't on Hypnotized Minds, but it might have had Project Pat, some folks on their pitch like that. But the section type ordeals, real banging type ness, hit type product, definitely a classic in like the early 2010s stuff fair, and just pretty much good fairs in general pitch like that. So this one's another Furious type 1, 10 out of 10 product here. Recommend all 14 songs that are actually songs pitched like that. Apparently this one's a part of Hypnotized Mind, so it has that particular fair, but this is kind of like the air about some of these type fairs within the pitch. Trap was kind of burgeoning and getting towards the product and getting towards like the Instagram era pitches like that. There's some leftover type vibes. It has like certain aspects of leftover drill on here pitch like that. It was kind of within the fair that drill was starting to, wasn't full bound starting to wind down, but it was just starting to metamorphosize into like getting to like the Instagram type eras. Folks like Future started to put out albums like Honest and Dirty Sprite too, selling stuff pitches within the product, and Drake was starting to really capitalize on like the sound with Nothing Was the Same, in particular like the Views era, some of those stuff pitches. Now this is not commercial within those fairs, a lot of like, it's not commercial within those fairs of like the alignments of Drake within the aspect, but it is kind of within the tone. This has particular, I mean, Lil Wyte was starting to get like a pretty, like, he was starting to get like a bolstered kind of popularity, but it's kind of the pitch. Some of his albums would have singles, some of them wouldn't within the pitch. This is kind of the fair, kind of the product. Like Still Doubted from 2012 had a single or two on their pitches like that, but his 2009 album didn't, and this one doesn't particular either. And it's kind of the pitch. I'm not sure if No Filter from 2013, the collaboration album with Jelly Roll, had singles on it either. This kind of pitch as far as saying, but he was consistently putting out albums. It's within the pitch as far as saying Lil Wyte's popularity was enough for him to be able to put out products. He was pretty similar to Tech Nine within these pitches, despite the fact that he really, I want to say for the most part, has pretty much never even had like a charting single pitch like that. Even some of his most popular songs, like when you think of My Smoking Song and I Show Will, and like Oxycontin, some of those type ones, they might have like RIAA certifications, but for the most part I'm not sure. I think he's pretty much similar to Tech Nine, where they just go gold or platinum in terms of digital single sales pitch like that. It was kind of fair. Just the pitch behind it. The most popular song off this album pretty much has almost 5 million plays, which is the hit song Space within these pitches. So it's kind of pitches as far as saying, so he's kind of like Tech Nine, kind of like the White Tech Nine, so instead of pitches kind of similar to like Ritz and stuff, folks that just gets like these buzzing type ones within the appeal, just building up the hype through word of mouth pitches like that. So section type word deals, but good product to get this fair here. So it's kind of the pitch. This album is not as capitally kind of vicious as Still Doubted, but it is the product as far as saying that it's definitely a pretty slanted type look within these tones as far as being able to say that the product about it here is some consistent kind of tear up, and this is definitely a lot more furious than plenty of product products that were going on in 2014. Things were starting to kind of meld a little bit, get a little bit more commercial glam type factor. Travis Scott, Future, some of these type folks, Drake, Migos, some of these type folks are starting to put out album type format to get more trap music kind of within like album regular type format, minus getting past like the drill era. But it's kind of pitch. This is leftover type vibes, so this is kind of a late bloom. Not so much a late bloom, but just kind of a later shift, just kind of graveyard shift type era for like Datpiff kind of pitches as far as those pairs kind of switching to different tones. Nails appeal, so you get that product, so it just kind of feels like leftover vibes, the flock of Valley pitches like that, just like the drug uses on here. You're going to get tore up within these pitches, kind of the fair about it, but it's not so much it feels bored within the pitch, but it just kind of feels like the product as far as saying that it is kind of the fair that it looks kind of within the pitch of just, it's not so much a board type album within the pitch, but it's just kind of extracurricular within the fairs that just kind of like an era that was just kind of a quieter spell as far as this pitch can happen. It's a good product to kind of get this album here within these pitches because Instagram was starting to blow up. So these type pitches was kind of the format of getting towards that. It's like the movements are kind of shifting. So it's just kind of a pitch. You know, Lil Wyte probably could have put out a product in 2015, 2016. Some of these type fairs he did put out. He did put out No Filter 2 in 2016 pitches like that. It was just kind of fair as far as saying, when you think of like the most popular mixtapes that were coming out in 2014, folks like Kendrick and Meek Mill and Rick Ross and like folks like that were just not dropping as many full-bound mixtapes like that within those products within like the vicious kind of variety. So it's just kind of pitch. It's just kind of a spell where it's just a bonus kind of Lil Wyte type album within pitch that just he had shit to say and a product where most people were kind of not speaking up enough. So it's just kind of pitch. Just kind of that product, good type era, just kind of a sparser type era that nailed the appeal. But yeah, just being able to say, so I'm just going to talk about these. So yeah, 10 out of 10 album pitches like that. So Space is a nice one on here. It's like a good basic fan out and lounge to get within these products. Just smoke trip kind of nonsense. Some of these type fairs, good pitches like that. Just pleasant kind of bagel bites with ranch. Some of these type fair. It's a pleasant kind of song to have bagel bites with ranch. Some of these type products within it. Just watch like the Speed movie. Some of these type fairs, just good pitches like that. Some of these type one Stargate. Some of these type pitches, just extra type products. Waterworld. Some of these type fairs within the pitch behind it. Probably some good nice ones like that. Some of these type fairs. V for Vendetta, some of these type ones pitches like that, just something, some of these type pitches like that within the ordeal. So yeah, this one's just a tripped out type one, good product. There's some rec room songs on this particular album, which is excellent type pitches, kind of have like the fair just lounge type noise, then pitches, and just like the product is spare type noise in the pitch. I mean, there's definitely trap on here pitch like that, but it's just some extra type fairs to just kind of steam a blunt a little bit, just some kickback within like the fair, or there would be football evening on pitches like that. Some of the fairs is just the product, like extra type products of it. Few good meme-centric type movies, know your meme on the computer, pitch like that, some stuff fairs with it. It's good pitches. Instagram, some stuff fairs, but looking after it, so good fairs about it. So House Party is a real excellent type one, good pitches like that. It's like a super slugged and upside down kind of pizzazz to get here. Just Bacardi all night, I'd say, pitch like that, definitely on one. Some of these stuff fairs, definitely a bass flat and kind of songs. So it's kind of pitch, just a spark type fair. Now within the pitch, Lil Wyte is obviously one of these type ones that gets consistently pretty blackout type bliss within those pitches. Within the Fury, he has the, I mean, put pretty much on enough of his albums within those pitches, you'll get probably 5, 6, 7, 8 of these pitches like that. So it's kind of fair as far as saying these are just some of these stuff ones. The ramp up really happens on here. This is just kind of the pitch of this one that's probably going to be within the aspect of like a more warning label kind of one. But it's just more unusual type conduct, more so than like the fair, like the ferocity, it kind of goes along with it. But it's excellent type product, just to say, not complaining about the song, but just the pitch as far as saying it's just going to be some of those type ones that when you think of songs like Grove Street Party by Waka Flocka, things the pitch, just kind of one of those type ones that just is real woozy, fairs like that. Just a queasy type song, definitely nails the appeal, just some of that type fair, but just the pitch, longevity of songs like these, just plenty. I mean, you're going to probably find like a good 8 or 15 of these, just dissecting a bunch of Lil Wyte products, including the mixtape, so just good fairs like that. But this is just a good snap type one, just right off the bat. You should know, House Party, easy type one to go make a beeline for, pitch like that. Ride It Like a Rental's a nice one as well. This has Jelly Roll on here, good pitch like that. He's done collaboration albums with Jelly Roll, pitch like that. Reviewed a couple of these, one of which is going to surface later on in 2026 fairs like that. But yeah, particularly Ride It Like a Rental's like a Feeling Froggy and Claustral kind of loud pack, I'd say here, pitch like that. Just some riled trap to kind of get here, just a multi-layer kind of night. So it's kind of pitch, one of those type ones where it's kind of pitch, just like that Thursday night, Friday night kind of excitement, and just the pitch alike. Alright, multiple kind of things within these pitches as far as like the product of this, got the energy for a whole night worth of conduct, pitch like that, just some sparky type flares, some of these type products, the socialize going to happen, some of these type products, just the homies kind of loud packs, some of these type pitches within the tone, just like consistent kind of flares. So just some of those type ones for like great kind of conduct to kind of get to within the fair. Just like, alright, today is going to be one of those wicked ass days. Some of those type pitches is past like the blase pitches like that. There are some makeshift kind of songs on here though within the pitch. It's a differential type flare. Now I want to say, from what I remember, I have not purchased Still Doubted from 2012 just yet within those pitches. I want to say this one has a little bit of makeshift grafting, definitely taking pages out of Jelly Roll and Tech Nine's playbook, so those type of PL's affiliates, a Lil Wyte, good pitch like that. But soon you'll understand it's one of those. It's like a solid change of tone, I'd say here. It's a makeshift reflect to kind of get just a soggy kind of hair about this one. Just kind of have lunch, so stuff fair to kind of get back into the spirit of a good pitch like that. Just kind of one of those grinds. Standard kind of just overcast kind of grinds pitch like that, so that fares about it. Just good songwriting pitch like that, just extra type moments of some break free from like the fair, just like the aspect like the usual type conduct about it. And some of these are kind of upside down within a pitch, but it's just the standard kind of cloudy kind of grid of like the day as far as the fair is going to happen. Definitely throw like a Burger King Whopper in there or a McDouble, some type pitch within the product, just good fares like that. Some Arby's curly fries, some type pitches within it, good spices. I'm a hose in our hit type 1. This is like a good Tech 9 style kind of traffic dredge you get here. Just it's like some good outing kind of extra thought, I'd say, pitches like that. Just kind of hustle work a day type fair pitches like that. It's some further Arby's type music within the tone. So it's kind of pitch. And those traditional traffic type 1. So it's kind of pitch. Lil Wyte was kind of minorly aiming for like more radio type appeal within these pitches. It is kind of surprising that he hasn't really ever had like a charting single pitch like that. Probably would I question, it's probably within the fair to say, just to click on Lil Wyte on Spotify to see what his most popular song is. Yeah, to this day, his most popular song would be Oxycontin, which has almost 60 million plays, but Band Plays On from No Filter is pretty close with 49 million plays, so it's kind of pitch as far as saying, but my Smoking song's pretty close with 12 million, but it's just kind of pitch as far as saying. It's just kind of the product of, yeah, by this stage, if Oxycontin hasn't gotten a certification, definitely needs to within those pitches. But just be able to say good pitches like that, some type fairs. But yeah, just good makeshifting, some type products within I'm a Host, some of those type aspects. Can't Take No Mo is a quality type 1. Now these are some of these board type 1s within the pitch, but it's just kind of products as far as saying, it's just the aspect behind it. It's just more the fair of just like the transition that trap music and some of these type players was kind of going through. But yeah, Can't Take No More is like a good late shift kind of Datpiff traffic. Can't Take No Mo is like a good late shift kind of Datpiff traffic weaving to get within these products. Is dope kind of post up kind of protocol, some step aspects, the same shit kind of fair, same shit, different days, some step aspects within the tone as far as these pitches can happen. Usual type product, just gas station runs picking up 40 ounces, some step fair is just block weaving, some step aspects within the tone, this neighborhood kind of jumps within the usual type fair about it. It's this kind of pitch of excellent kind of factory trap type music within those products as far as those pitch game. Just further type bangers just from the pitch, just good aspects of just like the usual type conduct of just trap and Datpiff kind of commenting pitch like that, good flares, but throwing in some traffic in there as well, just the aspect of this like just within a hustler's makeshift type weave or yeah, commerce pitch like that, sounds like fairs. 3 High is nice on here. It's like a solid basic protocol for some 3 High is like a solid basic protocol for some prime Datpiff pitches like that. Say just dope vanilla kind of loud pack. I'd say here, get some blunts lit definitely within these varieties. So just the kickoff, good products just within a mixtape type format. Sometimes that pitch to really get sparked to pitches like that. Sometimes that fair, it's just good product to obviously go along with songs like MOE, House Party, Ride It Like a Rental, sometimes type ones in the pitch. So it's kind of the variety as far as saying these particular fairs. It's kind of the pitch now. Like I was saying, Still Doubted from 2012 is the more vicious type 1, but there is enough sparkiness kind of on here to get like the usual type fair within the conics. Pretty much, I would compare this product to like Eminem type fair, but it's kind of the pitch of just as far as saying it's just, I'd probably say the viciousness about this album. There's definitely some fiery type conduct on here. Still Doubted is definitely probably a 10 in terms of like the tear up type factor within the ballisticness, but I'd probably say this one might be like an 8.5 or a 9.25 cylinder type pitch. Maybe not. This one might be more of like an 8.5 cylinder type pitches. I mean, it's still pretty ferocious, but it's just the aspect. There's more things kind of within the conduct. There's more kind of variety, balanced breakfast kind of get up about it. So pitches like that. Run Up is nice on here. It's like a solid trap kickoff and bonanza get within these fairs. Just good stock kind of neighborhood embellish, I'd say. Just some Datpiff kind of frequent fairs like that. It's one of those type ones that just feels like consistent kind of Waka Flocka, Gucci Mane, Slim Duncan, fairs like that, Wooda Kid, bunch of these type folks within the viciousness, the variety, good, excellent products like that as far as these fairs going to go. Just ripped out of 2010, ripped out of 2012, pitches like that, since that fair. Fair's Fury behind is pretty high. It's dope to get LeChap from 36 Mafia on there as well within these pitches as far as these fairs going to happen. Some myths like Taco Bell runs, some of these type of assets, you know the drill within these pitches as far as those formats going to happen. SJGR is nice on here. Shit just got real within these pitches. A good nice one. It's like a grand basic trap ooze to get within these products. Just neighborhood kind of post up, I'd say. Just house party kind of opener and primes definitely to have here. Have like some appetizers going. By appetizers, not necessarily talking like tortilla chips, although it could be tortilla chips. Just to say within product like getting some lemon blunt wraps, good things like that, grape swishers. So as I pitched one of the products for us, these pitches having just the aspect of really getting the tarot kind of spark within the pitches of the flare, just coming in hot with the memes, bays looking spicy, something I pitched one of the product, good flares about it. So SJGR is just a Leary type 1 pitch like that, just a basic kind of autumn haunt, some of those type fares, just some product like trap kind of gauze pitches like that. Good flares, excellent products. Obviously goes along real excellently with the house party song pitches like that. MOE is a hit type 1, money over everything. Excellent biting kind of night wind and erranding to kind of get here within these products. Just nachos and envelopes, selling stuff fares. So kind of pitch it is being productive with it, throwing some of these stuff fares in to kind of have like the fair just business and pleasure selling stuff products. So this is kind of pitch going within the fair, just having nachos and ham pitches like that, but just having the extra products that hitting up like a post office or some fairs like that, extracurricular type fair to get the envelopes stacked up for later, so that pitch to just get along with like the day task just in the later shift. Now within the pitch, within the product, whether or not the I think within the fair post office might not be open. Post office specifically might not be open 8:30, 9 p.m., but definitely within the Walmart type fair, just picking some of those type of pitches like that, or Target, some of those fairs, but just the pitches like late shift kind of fairs. And it just continues to be like a detriment, just the fair that things are not open. Back in 2014, yeah, you could get envelopes, you could basically get those taken care of at 2 o'clock in the morning, go pick up some Taco Bell on top of that. But it's just kind of pitch, I'm going to consistently continue to say that within these pitches, but it's just kind of fair. But yeah, just sitting on a good drop, some of these stuff fairs on top of that, good pitches like that. Fair, just like going to be another sparky type night. This song goes along pretty well. Just the energy and excitement about this song is pretty similar to like particularly Ride It Like a Rental songs that pitch that same sort of froggy type aspect, good pitches like that. I don't know if I talked about Mighty Mafia, but this is a nice one as well. It's like a solid lounge, patio, and rec room kind of afterthought to get here. Just smoke a nice one, definitely I'd say to this. Have some eggs and toasts. Have like some eggs going, some toasts as far as these first can have them by toast. Bread, buttered toast, some of these stuff pitched with an aspect, bacon on it, some of these stuff fares with them pitches like that, some of the stuff products just good fares. Nice slice of American cheese, good pitch like that, some of the stuff products definitely get a good quart of orange juice going, some of the stuff pitch as well. But yeah, the product behind it is the fair disc, good assortment of rec room type fair, patio type noise as well, this lounge type product to like the smoke type fair just within it. Basically, in certain senses, kind of feels like a breakfast type song, but also just when pitch, it just like standard kind of noise, it just extracurricular pitch like that. Goes along with space pretty well. It's another kind of song on here I was trying to think of, but yeah, On These Rappers, which is another good, nice one within those conics as well. Just like some kickback, just in like BS and kind of nonsensing type noise. Speaking of On These Rappers, this is a hit type 1. This is like a good get pumped kind of throwback to 2000s kind of Ryler pitch like that. So this feels like some of those type fares that you would get from like Rick Ross and particular like GZ, Joel Santana, some of those type folks. Kind of similar to Mike Check within certain type products, not quite as dramatic, but just within the pitch that relative type variety. Get tore up to this particular song. Definitely say good. It's definitely good. Get stoked type 1. Some of those type aspects, solid rec room kind of chatter pitch like that. It's kind of fair. Pretty much similar to a song around that time, The Devil is Alive by Rick Ross and Jay-Z, which was kind of a hit song in early 2014 pitch like that. Just some of that particular throwback to DJ drama type noise, good pitch like that. Just that triumphant kind of brassy type noise, good pitch like that within those fares. But it also has some trap in there as well. It kind of has like a trap rumble within those pitches. Kind of good fusion. Good post up within patio type fair pitch like that. Just have like some good post up within patio type fair. Once again, have like the speed movie playing some stuff pitched within the probably beef or vendetta pitch like that. But look within the fair as far as saying. Also, it's 420 is a hit type 1. It's like a hella red hot kind of demon time kickoff to get and shit started as far as these fairs gonna go. Just chirp folks, I would definitely say here, figure out where some things popping off, some pitch like that. This utility kind of pickups for the product of it. Get the red cups collected, some of stuff fairs, shot glasses if you need it, pitches, some of those stuff fairs, just quick type jaunts about it. So yeah, just kind of quick and snappy, some of the stuff fairs from the aspect for as these pitches going to happen, just getting towards the product, just beeline for some of these type fairs, just clean and successful kind of just erranding pitches like that within the fairs, so just getting the product for like the consistent kind of fear getting towards it. It's pretty electric type song. It's one of the more ferocious types. It's one of the more ferocious type ones on here, and definitely a very exhilarating type one. So this is the pitch for saying within the product kind of about it. I think that might be all of these that I haven't talked about within these pitches. Yeah, I think that virtually kind of takes care of it as far as these pairs can go, unless I haven't talked. Yeah, I think I've talked about MOE, 3 high, house party, run ups, and stuff there. So it's kind of the pitch. I'll talk about run up again just in case I haven't. Run up's like a solid trap kickoff and bonanza kind of get here, just good stock kind of neighborhood embellish. I definitely say just some Datpiff frequent. I think I did talk about this, but actually, the song I haven't talked about on here would be No Sick Days, the title track. So No Sick Days is a hit type one. No Sick Days like a quality kind of late day bustle to get within these products here, just along like a No Sick Days, the title track is one I haven't talked about on here. It's like a quality kind of late day bustle along, I'd say, within the product of it here, just amidst like a series of errands, pitches like that, just kind of lace things up, get the product of it done, just beer waiting for you when it's done as far as these pitches have. So just kind of fair. Definitely should provide some degree of goosebumps pitches like that within those pairs. If you have like the aspect of just having like that ice cold brew or 2 or 3 within the fridge as far as those pitches can have them, just being like, hey, gonna get this knocked out within these pitches once this is taken care of. So this kind of pitch. That's not to sound alky within those sorts of context, but just the pitch of just like the sparking type product of just having like the things waiting just within the product of the excitement for like the glam factor about it. So it's kind of good. Definitely good pitches to have like the initiative kind of going within the pitch, just like the fair about it. But yeah, it's just kind of one of those that ones. Tech Nine's pretty good at these particular ones. It's kind of something where it has like the frequenting of like out in the day quickness pitches like that. It's one of those gusty kind of overcast type ones within the pitch of just getting the product done, just getting towards the fair. Just Tech 9 definitely does songs like this. Jelly Roll's pretty good at it. Ritz kind of does these on the regular pitch like that. Some stuff, folks. So good fairs about it. Probably also would throw Cut Calhoun in there, pitches like that within Sunset Fairs, but just the pitch behind it. So yeah, 10 out of 10 album. Social score is going to go ahead. Now within the fair, I would say the variety behind it, within the fact that Lil Wyte is not frequently like a commercial kind of, he usually doesn't make that superb kind of commercial kind of noise. Just the pitch that he's always been word of mouth pitches like that. But it's just the fair as far as saying it's excellent type product. Has some buzz songs on here. It is pretty sparky type house party type album within these pitches. You get some ones like SJGR, House Party. Particularly Ride It Like a Rental, MOE, 3 High, some of these type ones, Run Up, some of these type pitches within the product of it. Space, good type fairs, some new introduction to like Rec Room type songs pitched like that for patio type fair, just consistent noise to have nachos, Taco Bell, since the pitch from the product of it. A little bit of erranding in there. There is like a solid trace like Makeshift and Hustle, which is some new varieties seemingly for Lil Wyte within these pitches. Seemed like his 2000s albums didn't do this as much within these products, just be able to say. So it's just some good type products taking a page out of Tech 9 and Jelly Roll's playbook. Some of these stuff fairs nails the appeal. Some leftover kind of 3-6 Mafia type ice. Now this is really not as much within the full bound variety. It's not to say it's separate from like the full bound typeness of 3-6 Mafia. It's kind of pitched like the usual kind of snack run type fair. It's more within the trap type ferocity, but still excellent type pitch getting towards these fairs. So it's just good type pitch. It's just having the flair about it. Losing track of what I was trying to say here, but just being able to say good pitches like that as far as these first games. So the social variety just has a sparky type factor, just the aspect of like a balanced type album within these pitches. Has the aspect of, it's a pretty good bank shot for having like the variety of kind of making trap music is within the good variety of having like some degree. It's kind of within the same Tech 9 type variety like the Tarot kind of within those senses. So within the aspect of realizing Tech 9 kind of has those radio type ones in the pitch as well. So it's this kind of pitch. You get some Monday and Tuesday type music in addition, like the weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday kind of trap type fair pitch like that. So it's on here. So I'm going to say 10 social. So in terms of future, like Lil Wyte has dropped. In terms of the future, Lil Wyte has at least dropped some projects in 2024, pitch like that. Some good type fairs. He might have dropped in 2025, but it's good type pitch. There's definitely some further ones I'm going to get to. Looking forward to getting to No Filter 2 with Jelly Roll, selling some pitches, return to that product, seeing how vicious that particular project is within the aspect behind it. Some further type furies. I'm going to get to the 2014 album with Frazier Boy, as well as good type pitches. There's plenty more Lil Wyte to get to within these aspects, but this is kind of a low key and kind of like seldom and kind of less frequent and kind of classic here.